My name is Just Help Ministries, and I am a proud member of the Body of Christ. Thank you so much for helping me make scarves for the homeless. So I know what you're thinking. You want to just help, but you just don't know how to crochet. So this is a tutorial to show you how. First thing you're going to do is get all your materials. You're going to need a skein of yarn, a crochet hook. You're going to need a pair of working scissors. You're going to need a yarn needle. It's just a blunt needle with a big hole at the front for the yarn. And some good, wholesome entertainment. Okay, wait. All right, well, let's fix that. Good, wholesome entertainment. There we go. All right, and a comfortable place to sit. First things first. You got to pick your yarn. It doesn't matter what color you pick. All right, what's more important is the kind of yarn that you choose. So this first one here, if you notice, it's called Red Heart yarn, and it's a medium weight or worsted weight, and it's got that number 4 on it. This is the one that's gonna cost about $2.49. Next option we have is this baby yarn. It's a lot thinner, much softer, and it's a little bit more expensive, $2.99, $3.49, something like that. This next one here, it's fancy, it's a lot softer, but it's still a number 4. So it's the same size as the first one, but it is more expensive, something like $4.99. Last option we have, it's called Woolies. It's super, super thick, a lot softer, and it's also a lot more expensive, something like $6. So this is the one we're gonna use today. Then you're going to pick your hook. And you're gonna pick your hook based on the size yarn you have. So for this size 4, either a size 6 will work, or a size 5.5, or a size 5. It'll be perfect for any size 4 yarn. For your smaller yarns, you're gonna use a smaller hook. This one's a 3.5. It's gonna be perfect for this little yarn. That big one makes the stitches too loose. For your chunky yarn, you're gonna use a much bigger hook, size 9. Perfect for thick yarns. The smaller ones tend to poke holes in the yarn, okay? Now, as for this yarn needle, it could be any sewing needle with a blunt end and a huge eye, but a yarn needle is gonna be best. Today, we're gonna be using a size 6 needle for our yarn, okay? It's called J. All right, so let's get started. First thing you wanna do is figure out what end of the yarn you wanna start with. You want to pull the end that's sticking out from the middle of the yarn so it'll be easier to pull the yarn out as you're going along. All right, so let's get started with a slip knot. So really simple, it starts most projects. You're just going to take that short end, cross it, take the long end, put it between your 2 fingers and pull it through. All right, let's try that again. Take the short end, wrap it around 2 fingers, cross it, take the long end, put it between your 2 fingers and pull it through. Awesome. Now you're just gonna stick your needle in there after you've made that hole a little smaller, and we're gonna figure out how to hold our yarn. So what you wanna do is you wanna weave it between your fingers, and you wanna weave it so that your index finger is underneath the yarn. That's gonna hold it tight for you, okay? So over the pinky, under your ring finger, over your middle finger, and then over that index finger, all right? Or under that index finger, rather. You're gonna hold the short end between your thumb and your middle finger. Now we're going to do a chain stitch. It's what starts every crochet project, and it starts with a yarn over. Yarn over means that you're going to take your needle, or your hook rather, and put it under the yarn, like this. Alright, so remember, you want to take the hook and put it under the yarn. Then you're going to take the hook and pull it through the loop. Alright, then there'll be another loop there, and you're going to yarn over again and pull through. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through. And you're going to continue to do that until you've got as many chains as you need to start your project. All right, so with a standard scarf, you're going to want about 16. All right, so count and make sure that you have 16 on there. But with every project, when you start, you're going to want to do one extra chain stitch. This is the width of your scarf and you don't want to lose that. All right, so you'll chain one more. Now you're ready to start. So first we're going to learn how to do a single crochet stitch. Okay, if you notice, the front of your chain stitch looks like a braid and the back has these ribs. All right, and the rib is what we're going to work our single crochet stitch into. But you're not going to use that first stitch, you're going to use the second one. So not that first chain closest to the hook, but the next one. You're going to take your hook and you're going to put it under the ribbing. Okay, you'll notice that there are going to be 2 loops on there. That's all that there should be, okay? Then you're going to yarn over. And remember, to yarn over means to put your hook under the yarn. And then you're going to use the hook to pull it through. Now there are going to be 2 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over again. And remember, that means to put it underneath the yarn. And then you're going to pull it through both loops. That's a single crochet. All right? Let's do it again. Go under the ribbing. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, and pull through both loops. Right? This is actually the hardest part, is working in the ribbing, but you can do it. You're going to do it in each rib until you get all the way down to the end of your chain. Sometimes it's a little difficult, but just fight with it. You won't have to do it again for the rest of the work. Promise. So once you get down to the end, you need to make sure that you get all the way into that last ribbing, or else your work is going to consistently get smaller. So get underneath it, all right? Then you'll yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, and pull through both loops. All right? First row is done. All that should be left is that tail that you started with. So now at the end of the row, you're going to chain 1, because the next row is going to be another row of single crochet, and so you're going to chain 1 again. So just yarn over and pull through, and then you're going to turn your work. All right? So you're not going to move your hands or anything like that. You're literally just going to turn the work around so that you're starting on this end. And we're going to do another row of single crochet, but not in this first stitch, and the next one. So you're going to look for the hole that goes under that top braid. Then you're going to take your hook and put it in that hole. All right? Then you'll yarn over. And remember, that means put the hook under the yarn, pull through, yarn over again, and pull through both loops. And then you're just going to continue to do the same thing in the next hole, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, until you're done. Once you get down to the end, again, you want to make sure that you find that hole that goes under that top braid. Look for it. It's there. All right? In the hole, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, and pull through both loops. Now we're going to do a double crochet. When you get to do a double crochet, you don't want to start by just chaining 1. You need to chain 2. All right? So you'll yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through for 2 chains. Then you'll turn your work. And remember, you're not going to work in that first stitch. You're going to work in the next one. So with double crochet, you yarn over first. That's what's the difference, okay? So yarn over, then you're going to put the hook in the hole, yarn over again, and pull through. If you'll notice, now there are 3 loops on your hook. All right? So you're going to yarn over again, pull through those first 2 loops, then yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. That's a double crochet stitch, okay? So we'll yarn over, put it in the next hole, yarn over again and pull through, yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops, then yarn over again and pull through the last 2 loops. And you'll continue to do that in all of those next holes, or in those next single stitches from the row before, until you get down to the end. Just like at the end of every row, you want to make sure that it gets into that last hole, okay? That's what it should start looking like. When you come time to close, all you're gonna do at the end of the row is you're gonna yarn over and pull through like you're doing a chain stitch and just tighten the knot. Then you're gonna get your scissors, cut that loop, and just pull the long piece out. That's it. Then you're gonna take your yarn needle and you're gonna weave it into your work anywhere. You can weave it in the top, you can push it down the side, as long as it goes into one of those stitches. Then you'll thread it with the remaining yarn and use the yarn needle to pull it through until it's not showing anymore. And that's it. Then you'll be done. So, now that you know how to do it, go home and be a happy hooker.